Morning all. Alright, so I do have a cold. I'm going to throw that in at the start of this video. Also, I woke up this morning and was like, alright, so I got to watch the game. I did know how it turned out. That being said, I had to watch the whole game because, why not? And it is a lot faster to watch a game when you're fast forwarding through commercials and intermissions. So it was Wall versus Fleury in this one, and I just want to say too, Stockholm, Sweden, fantastic hosts for this. It sounds like these 4 games went off without a hitch. Early jump for the Wild. Eriksson Ek is denied. Marner has a rush chance that deflects out. Nylander misses one high. The Wild press at 2.5 minutes, and they would score. Merrill scores his first goal in 49 games. He wires it far side from Rossi and Zuccarello at 2:37. The Wild then look for another. Things get pushed in a hole by Wall. The shots are 4-0 Minnesota 3.5 minutes in. So really, the Wild start out. They control this, and it's a similar story today to what we've seen with some of these Wild games. Could they have won it? Yeah. Should they have won it? Maybe. But yeah, in the end. So Boldy has a chance that's held. We get a post for Tavares. Giordano couldn't bury the rebound. Kaprizov has a rush chance. That's held. We get a power play for the Leafs. They cycle. Riley fires one high. There's a near miss for Matthews. There was a shorthanded rush by Duhaime that ends up helping to finish that power play off. Wild then press at 8 minutes. Eriksson Ek has a rush chance that's saved. Tavares misses high on a net drive. Marner has a shot that's held as the Leafs press. Bertuzzi has a shot that deflects wide. There's more pressure then. McCabe has a one-timer that's kicked aside. The Leafs end up drawing themselves a power play, and they score on it. Only takes a few seconds, too. Matthews from Nylander and Riley at 12:43. So that is a 17-game streak to start the season for William Nylander. He's off to a very good run so far. I keep wanting to say start, but we're 17 games in. We're almost a quarter of the way through the season. So, yeah. Leafs then press for the lead. Robertson has a one-timer. That's held. Riley has a shot that's saved. Momentum for Toronto at this point. The teams exchange rushes. The Leafs had 10 shots in a row at this point. Zuccarello then had a backhander that was saved to break that streak of shots. Wild press with 2.5 minutes left, but they're kept to the outside. And then on a rush, it's a tic-tac-toe play finished by Nyes. Marner and Giordano with the assists at 18:23. So Toronto with a lead. That was the 400th assist in the career of Mitch Marner as well, the fastest Leaf to ever reach that mark. The Leafs then press for another, but it's 2-1 Toronto after one. Second period, early press by the Wild. Johansson has a shot that's blocked. We get a press by the Wild at 2.5 minutes. The Leafs block and clear. McCabe has a shot that's blocked. The rebound's cleared out. Eriksson Ek has a shot held. The Wild go to the power play. The Leafs clear early. They prevent a setup. When the Wild do get set up, they cycle in the second half. It's cleared again. So Hartman has a shot that saved. Goudreau can't bury the rebound, and that power play is killed off. The Leafs press after the kill's done. There's a near miss for Matthews. Riley can't bury one with Fleury down. More pressure by the Leafs at 8.5 minutes. We then get a power play for the Wild, so there were definitely some penalties being taken by Toronto in the second period. Early clear by the Leafs. Zuccarello has a shot that's blocked and cleared. That power play was killed off. But again, you don't want to keep taking penalties like this back to back to back. Robertson fires one wide on a rush. Kaprizov's then denied as the Wild press. Kaprizov is still sitting at 5 goals, but he had a lot of opportunities today. At some point soon, he's going to break through. Leafs press with 6 minutes left. They're kept to the outside. There's an offensive zone penalty by Marner, and he made it count. He swatted him pretty good two-hander. Honestly, that's something they said during the broadcast too, that if you're going to take a penalty, make it a good one. Yeah, earn that 2 minutes. So the Wild go back to the power play. Kaprizov misses one wide. They cycle. Leafs keep it to the outside. They clear it out. They kill it off. The Wild press with 3 minutes left. Nylander has a shot that deflects out. Kaprizov's denied in close during the final minute. So it stays 2-1 Toronto after 2. In the third period, there's an early press by the Wild. The Leafs then get a rush opportunity. The Chiron said second, which kind of broke me a bit because I'm like, do they have 2 second periods in this final game in Sweden? What would 2 second periods look like? At any rate, they did fix it, but it just kind of broke my brain a little. Nylander has a shot that's blocked and cleared. Domi has a net feed that's picked off. The Leafs press. The Wild block and clear. Gregor fires one wide from the slot. Matthews fires one wide on a rush. And then from the high slot, Riley gets a goal from Matthews and Marner at 4:22. There was traffic in front as well, and that makes it 3-1. should be home and cleared for Toronto. The Leafs look to add another. Brodin then has a shot that's held as the Wild press. This is where the Chiron finally said third period. Duhaime has a shot that's held, and then at 6:10, it's a face-off win. It's a point shot through a screen. Middleton gets one from Foligno and Eriksson. So at 6 minutes and 10 seconds, it's suddenly 3-2 for Toronto. Wild press for another. Rossi has a chance that's held. There's some pushing. Yarncroke then had a rush chance that was held. And at 8:42, the Wild tie it. It is Zuccarello from Faber and Brodin. So suddenly it's 3-3. He banked that one in on a net drive. Shots are 7-3 for the Wild at 9 minutes. The Wild then press at the half, and they have the momentum. And this is the thing. If you're a Wild fan, they were down by 2. They came back. They tied the game. They had lots of momentum, lots of opportunities. But, right? So Marner has a shot that's blocked during a press by the Leafs. Faber then has a chance that deflects out. Marner has a rush chance that's blocked. And in the last minute, Marner had another opportunity that just won't go. So after taking that penalty in the second period, he came out and played really well in the third. That being said, we're going overtime. The Wild control early. Eriksson denied. Brodin has a shot that's saved. Marner steals one, cycles. Nylander has a shot that's saved. The Wild take over, but they can't get to the net. Toronto doing a good job of protecting the net at that point. Matthews sets up. They cycle. The chance deflects out. Wild win the next faceoff, so they control again. Johansson has a chance that's blocked by Riley. And off of that great defensive play, he gets it to Nylander. And at 3:09, Nylander buries one on a rush. The Toronto Maple Leafs win this one 4-3 in overtime. They go to 10-5-2 with the victory. Minnesota 5-8-4 with the overtime loss. So again, if you're a Wild fan, you could say, well, there's kind of a moral victory there. However, moral victories are not getting you any closer to the playoffs. Shots on net, 14-11 Toronto in the first, and then Minnesota kind of controls from there. 11-5 in the second, 13-4 in the third for Minnesota, and then Toronto gets 2 out of the 3 shots in the overtime, including the shot that matters by Nylander, who wraps this up nicely, being Swedish and all, right? So final shots, 36-25 for the Wild. Power plays, Toronto 1 for 2, Minnesota 0 for 3. So Toronto's penalty kill's been towards the bottom of the league. That'll help it out. Hits 15-8 for Minnesota in this game. So they outshoot him, they outhit him, just can't beat him. Wall saved 33 out of 36. He had a very good game. I thought Wall, after that goal by Merrill, I thought he really recovered quite well. And then Fleury, 21 saves on 25 shots. And I mean, Fleury's save percentage coming out of this one's not great, but do you put this on Fleury? Where do you put the blame right now? And with Dean Evison, is his seat getting warmer right now as the head coach? Are we dealing with a situation where if the Wild can't turn this around, you make a change behind the bench? Or will Bill Guerin look at the record right now and say, this is about what we can expect, mention the cap penalty when he gets asked about it, and do you just ride it out? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, just because you feel like it. Just because I asked nicely, maybe. And hey, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.